third, right? So our whole synergy um, panel of judges for the corridor. I tell myself I've done corridor competitions already, but like it ended up to be like 6, maybe 10 tents, 10 stations or whatever for corridor. Is when we reach there now, somebody's like, when I went and I talked to the MC on the stage, because we went up on the stage, all of this was part of the presentation and everything, eh? This was Superior. This is the Prime Minister's constituency, as a matter of fact. They did a whole presentation, a whole story. They have a lot of youths there that participated. There's only young people was in that tent, and they're the ones that cook the duck. The duck tastes good. We had a lot of good tasting duck, but brother, upon weight, my belly swelled like 3 times the size it was. And then what happened is when we went up to the stage, right? Because they called for the judges to come up on stage. And when we went up on stage, the MC is like, fellas, good luck, eh? I say, what I mean? They say, well, if I was you, I'd drink a little coconut water after to kind of cleanse the system. I had the opportunity to get a picture with the Prime Minister there and meet her in person for the first time. And of course, my lawyer was there, Brian Big, Senator Big. The OWTU was present. This is what happened. So, it was 41 stations. 41 corridor stations. So, it's one for each constituency, which I was not prepared for. And then I get set up to, I'll tell you how I get set up, I really find we going through the thing. They had a whole procession before. It's the first time I've ever been to the event. First time ever being down at the park there and that kind of thing. Never experienced it before. But they had the whole procession there. Those beans, that is the black-eyed beans that we are now producing in Trinidad and Tobago. Usually we would have import that. As I was speaking with Minister of Agriculture there, Ravi Ratiram, he was explaining that this is a bean that we used to import, right? So as part of the initiative to bring down the food import bill, we are now producing the black-eye bean in Trinidad and Tobago. So we no longer need to import it. And I gotta say, the thing tastes damn good, eh? I taste that bean, eh? It was real good. But the thing is, like I was saying now, so we walking around, and well, Ian Allen. Ian leading the whole walk. That Sturge there, Wayne Sturge and Philip Alexander, they was calling me to taste. They was calling me to taste the curry breadfruit. They do a curry breadfruit. But I didn't get the opportunity to circle back. Because when we finished the judging and we sent in the scores, director tell me, he said, boy, I drenched, I soaked, boy. Let me look to pump up the road one time. And I and all was soaked because I had real rain. So I and all get wet down, and we are kind of in wet clothes now. So I tell him, I said, let me move one time. So I didn't get to go back around and taste this curry breadfruit that Sturge and Philip Alexander cook up. But anyway, yeah, so what happened is I realized that Chef and Ian Allen play me. They play me, I was the only one sweating. So I want to know how I alone sweating. Because we had 3 categories to judge, right? We had the curry duck, the murtani, and the pepper choker. So I going around trying to be Mr. All right, I doing my thing proper. But I realized after a while, coming on to the end now, like when we had like 5 more tents to go, I was like, Chef, who you find out the best pepper choker, boy? And here, Chef was like, pepper choker? So I realized that why he not sweating. Ian Allen is sweating. I alone sweating. I talk about beads every minute. They have to give me a napkin to wipe off the sweat, because that pepper choker was real hot, I line, I had to big up Nicholas Morris and the Mayaro. The Mayaro tent, boy, that tent, that is the second tent we went to, director, with the whole presentation. Well, They got a 10 from me. I don't know what they got from Chef and Ian, but they got a 10 from me. The Siparia 10 got a 10 too. Some of them were very creative. This was very creative. And some of them was very creative in terms of the storytelling. With all of the different things that they put out, the decor. It was real creative. It was it's the first time I've ever been to an event like that for Indian Arrival Day. Usually I be in town and we just find something to do, or I'll go to the Champions League final, which was on the same day, by the way. But I say, you know what? I talked to Chef and I say, Chef, I got to invite you for us to be these celebrity judges down in the Prime Minister's. And how you refuse that? You know what I mean? So we went down. It was a terrific affair. Man, thousands of people, Dread. Thousands of people. This was a youth squad there. These youths here, they brought a steel pan flavor to the event. It was a really well planned, well put together event. Just the rain kind of made it a little difficult because you got soaked and I reached home with my sneakers, real mud. You know what I mean? But outside of the rain, it was really a terrific event. People stayed there. I think we reached home what time I drop you home? Nah, we was coming up the highway after 9. We was coming up here when we hit the highway. I checked the time, it was 7 minutes past 9. So I would have to drop you home around maybe 9:40. Yeah. So the rector got home about 20 to 10. And then, well, where he is in St. Augustine to where I am in Woodbrook, that's a short drive in comparison to Siparia to St. Augustine. So I probably got home just before 10 o'clock. But yeah, fantastic event, fantastic entertainment. There were some dancers there, boy. Fantastic, and just a terrific event, well put together, everything. And, it was really our whole family vibes. You know what I mean? And the corridor competition and everything was just right up. I tell you some real good duck on. I know I score certain people, eh? You understand? Like Shagona Sis. Want to get a good score from me, and I'm telling all you. Right? I don't know about the next two judges. I can't speak for them. I cannot, there were so many stations to taste from that I can't even recollect which one had the best duck. I would have only know that in the moment when I was scoring. It was hard. I mean, it's 41 stations, so you understand. Oh, there was a, oh yeah, the OWT. You had a 10-2-day Korea duck. Duck 1, Duck 2, and Duck 3. I just want them to know, on a personal note, out of the 3 duck, 1, 2, and 3, 1 tastes the best. Out of the 3 there, from that 10, for me. The first one, yeah, that one tastes the best. But anyway, I don't want to see a curry duck for a while. I want to see no curry duck for a while, Dread. Nah. Had enough, boy. Had enough. All right. So, big up the Prime Minister. And thanks a lot for the invite. And we did have a good time despite the rain. Chef and I doing our scoring there, coming on to the end. Ian had to leave. And they ended up sending a backup judge because Ian had to leave because he had a flight to catch. So he had to get to the airport and that kind of thing for a particular time. So he had to leave and bus out. But it was a pleasure. It's the first time, people would not believe this, but Saturday is the first time that Ian Allen and I have ever met in person. All you believe that? Director, believe that? Saturday is the first time that Ian Allen and Stephen Rees ever meet in person. In person. Saturday. You understand? But it's a pleasure moving around. Ian is a character. So I'll tell you what, we're going to get into some of the headlines, unfortunately. Yeah, we started on a good tone there, and I will try to continue that tone because one of the things that I realized on Saturday that I sometimes forget when I do the show in studio. When you're in studio, you have no audience, right? And it means that I'm just talking into a camera. I have people who call in on the phone lines and things like that. And we get interaction and things like that. However, when you go out amongst the people, I get to be reminded of, I guess, where I am, who I am, and I try to stay grounded as much as possible. I've always done that, right? So I've never really left the ground or the grassroots, my grassroots foundation. But sometimes it's nice to be reminded that you are watched and admired and people, that the things that I see on television is not falling on deaf ears, that there are people listening. And I want to thank everybody for the nice conversations that we had on Saturday in the time that I was there. Because we left, I left Port of Spain at 3 p.m. I picked you up in St. Augustine, and we didn't get to that event until about 5:30. Because that real traffic. It was Katwaru Trace. Tupper Katwaru Trace by the roundabout. Real traffic. Take us a while from the roundabout to the park, but nevertheless. But I want to thank everybody that came up to me. And I've always said that. If you see me, you want a picture, it's not a problem. If you see me, you feel free. I'm very approachable. You know what I mean? I know at times, people have met me. They've seen me on television, and then they've met me in person, and they've had two different opinions of me. So until you meet me in person, you never really know me, right? Very, very different in person, Whatever is projected here is me in my just raw, passionate form on current affairs and the issues facing Trinidad and Tobago. And just at the age of 48, wanting progress, Just wanting this place, to see this place progress, right? Because I have my nephews and my little brothers and them coming up. Me, I'm not trying to moan about them. And I would like them to come into Trinidad and Tobago that is ripe for the picking, right? Where, you have positive vibes and employment and development and, no crime or less crime, things like that now. Not the Trinidad and Tobago that I see and I have seen for the last few years and whatever, or decades, or a couple decades, I think we had to get back to that pre-1990 kind of Trinidad and Tobago, and just leave this whole era behind. How we get there is a different story, and who's the captain of the ship, that's a whole story for another day, right? But as we get into the headlines in the news, very quickly here, because I want to take some calls, of course, on the events that would have taken place over the weekend. I see that the Sealy matter is still at the forefront, and the DPP has spoken. He's been very, very direct. Remember, I made a call. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I didn't hear anybody making that call, but I don't know if the DPP watches the program, but I made a call and I said, listen, the DPP just call a press conference or something, come out, make a statement. He didn't need to call a press conference because he doesn't do that, but he did issue a statement. So I'm glad for that. All right? So it means that somebody's listening or somebody's watching, that he may have heard me because I didn't hear that call coming from anybody else. Everybody else was studying to make noise. And I said, you know what? We got to take the responsible route on this, because I don't like what I'm seeing in terms of things escalating, and there is political gimmickry in the background. Alyssa Phillip is genuine, But there are a lot of people around her there that have joined the fight that they're on gimmick, all right? But I want to focus on that this morning. Forget that. Forget the politics and the gimmicks, right? We're dealing with this situation, but the DPP has spoken, so I am going to ask the callers. I don't want no analysis of where you think you see and where you didn't see and where your nenen tell you or wherever. Right? That is for the court. All evidence, whatever you have seen or whatever you have not seen, will be presented in a court of law, and that is how the natural course of justice is applied. And that's why I've been very consistent in those statements that I've made, saying that you all need to let the natural course of justice proceed. More so, I see that some entertainers have joined the cry, calling out and talking about injustice, right? You have that headline there with the right. They're saying injustice, and they're using the word injustice. I want to tell the entertainers that I have had it up to about here, right? I won't go into all of the things in the past that you all were silent on, but it seems that you all have found a voice, and that's fine, no problem. But when you find your voice, make sure you find your voice from a position of knowledge. To say injustice is incorrect, because there is no injustice yet, per se. The matter has not been heard in the court, and that is where it is headed. The only thing that has happened right now is that you're in the second stage of a process where the DPP has said to charge a particular individual. That matter now goes to the court, and that individual and her lawyers will have the opportunity to present their case and pick apart the TTPS's statements and evidence and so on and so forth. And that is how the natural course of justice goes. So to say an injustice is incorrect. So first, when you're going to join something, join it from a position of actually knowing what the hell going on. I'm being very blunt this morning. Right? All who calling for empathy. Empathy for, I mean, I don't see I don't understand why the empathy, the empathy theme has risen when nobody has been convicted of anything. You understand what I'm saying? People have a right to protest. I think the police putting out the places that are not accessible for protest after making the move at the DPP's office is that is a shortcoming of theirs, right? Because those are the things that ought to be in the front line before. Because you knew it was coming, so you should have taken front before front take you, as the saying goes, right? I will not support any form of protest in front of the DPP's office because we have had three examples to show us why we ought not to have that. He's the man responsible for prosecuting people, right? But more so, we've had 3 examples where we know the DPP's office is a high security area, and for obvious reasons. But we've had 3 examples. Selwyn Richardson, Dana Sitahal, and then there was a lawyer that he was coming from church and he was assassinated at the end of 2024, which triggered the first state of emergency just before the PNM. We turned into 2025 and entered the PNM called election in 2025, right? All remember that? Those are 3 prominent persons in the judicial system that were assassinated. So I will not support any kind of protest action in front of the DPP office. Anywhere else, fair play, no problem, okay? I'm hearing conversations about the Prime Minister as well, and I'm saying that the Prime Minister should say something. The Prime Minister can't say anything. You have to understand, the Prime Minister is the biggest influencer of them all. She's the PM. Anything she says on a matter that is going before the court as sensitive as this could prejudice a case, a matter, either way. So she ought not to speak on the matter. However, I will say this, having met the PM on Saturday for the first time ever, it was a pleasure, ma'am. Now, I am not one of your advisors, neither am I any part of your cabinet. I am not in government, and I'm not a politician. But I will say this, and you could take down that headline. I think there comes a point in time, and I'm taking a little time to say this, because when I come from the breakers straight calls to the top, right? Because I just think I need to set the tone this morning before it goes out of control. I think that your greatest strength is your motherly character, okay? I think it's the most powerful thing that you possess. And in your second term here, you have been very, very different, and rightfully so. You've been more stern. You are not backing down. You've presented yourself as being stronger. You will not be intimidated and things like that. And that's great. I love that. But I think in situations like this, forgetting all the political gimmickry that might be taking place, because that don't matter. When we assume leadership roles, we assume it, or we take up the position to find the solutions to the problems that society is facing. And we have a problem in society, and the biggest problem that we have is that lack of knowledge and the miseducation of people. It is very clear to me that people do not understand the separation of powers, because they're tying in the government with the police. When there is a separation of powers, and it is very simple, it is there, you all could go and read it, right? It is legislative, judicial, and executive. Meaning that government isn't supposed to get into police business. Police is an independent organization. So too is the judiciary. So there is not supposed to be any government interference into those affairs. That is for the courts of the land to decide. And I think people don't understand that. And I think for people to understand that, information should be put out there through, whether it is a communication, a statement, or a press conference, to educate people, because you have a lot of young people coming up that may not know, and that may be misguided, because you know things as go these days when people don't take time to read and understand. All right? Government is in charge of setting policy, not locking up people. Right? That's the police job. And the police do not try people. Right? They are not the judge. That is for the judiciary, right? So people need to understand how the system works, how that process works. But more so, I remember there was a time in your first term when a young lady took to social media and threatened you. And the position you took at that point in time was to meet with the young lady. I think it was a 13-year-old girl. Or you can remember that? I think it was a 13-year-old girl. And you met with her, and your motherly instincts is what won over the day then. And I think you have a young lady who is very passionate, Alyssa Phillip. I'm not going to, like I was telling somebody, she's the one carrying the torch, she's the one making the noise, she's the one out there. And I don't see any harm in at least meeting with her, or just putting out a general statement about the situation, just to bring calm, because I think that's one of the rules of the Prime Minister, is to, to bring calm to certain situations that may be out of control, and where people may be gaslighting a situation, just to come out and just make a statement, a well-rounded statement. I have the statement in my head, I know what should be said, but I'm not going to say it. Right? And I think that goes further, because I remember, you have the protesters headline, the one from 2022. I remember this because I was part of it. The protesters, the news headline. McDonald Jacob was the commissioner of police then. Right? And we had a protest around the Savannah. It was during COVID in 2022. Andy Williams, the ground report team, all of them get locked up. Right? And there was this huge confrontation with police. People were tear gassed. The riot squad came in. And I can tell you it was a peaceful protest. We were just, what happened? We did not have permission to march on the road. So what we did is we told people to meet around the Savannah, and we were walking around the Savannah on the footpath. Right? We weren't interfering with any traffic or anything like that. And I remember that the marchers and others, some, Robert Amar was there, my old boss, Andy Williams and them fellas, they got locked up. And I remember we were tear gas, and that didn't go down well with people. You understand? And I'm saying that now, this was the police service acting on their own in that moment. Somebody made a decision to treat with that march in that way. And while, as I just mentioned, there is a separation of powers, unfortunately, the police decision to do so was a reflection of the government of the day. And that did not work well for the PNM, as other things did not work well for them because they are now in opposition. And I'm simply saying, those are the mistakes that you ought to learn from. Because unfortunately, when the police make a decision to do something, or the police are in some sort of controversial situation, people, whether you like it or not, will tie government to those actions. All right? And that's just how it is. You think? You can't get away from that. And this is where I think the mistake ought to be learned, because I cannot recall the Prime Minister at that point in time ever coming out and dealing with that particular situation the way that he should have. So I'm saying to you, take a different road, right? And just simply because we have to educate people on matters like these. Otherwise, emotion and ignorance and chaos will prevail. And that is not where we want to be as a country. Okay? So I just wanted to say that little piece. There's much more that I could say, but I'll go into the break now and we'll come back and take some calls, because there was a call by a fella for gangs to unite and all kind of tralala. And then I see David Mohammed, who I saw David last week. I think it's last week he came over to Talk City with Officer Shabadi and he had an interview with him. I think it's last week. And David Mohammed did a video with the same man saying that, he's a Pan-African and this, that, and the other. And he gave a whole history and the whole relationship that they have. And in all the years that he's known him, he's been talking to the youths about uniting and that education is the key to success. And he just goes and talk to little children and this, that, and the other. And that's all well and good. But when he comes and he does a video like this, standing there with all the decency attached to him, and then you put the other video in which he is speaking, and that is why I said sometimes people see me here and they have a different perception of me until they meet me in person. Because what you saw in that video was maybe the passion or whatever coming out and coming across the wrong way. It happens with me at times. It happens with everybody. Right? Now, whether that is the case or not is irrelevant. But David Mohammed did put out a video kind of vouching for him as somebody who is not of a violent nature. I guess we will see. But we'll take the break, and when we come back, we'll open the phone line, take some calls. I know that the maxi taxis are striking today. We will have one of their representatives on with us tomorrow to find out what are the woes that they want, fixed in the association. So we're going to have a discussion with them tomorrow morning. So that I will leave for tomorrow morning when we sit and talk with them. But for now, we're going to open the phone lines, take your calls when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Breaking On continues after this.
I'm every woman, evolving, unstoppable even when I need to recharge. That's why I choose iron that's gentle, fights fatigue, and keeps me strong.
Fine lines, subtle shifts. I support my skin from within to reduce wrinkles.
Hard work takes strength, so I fuel up to stay ready.
Now I'm growing someone new. What I take, she takes too. So I choose what supports her brain from the start.
Wellness looks different for all of us, and I'm not alone. Jameson, trusted by women through every stage and every change.
Legends need to be celebrated while they can still hear the applause. Trinidad and Tobago, let's show our appreciation for this Calypso giant in Thank You, David.
Saturday, June 6th at Napa, Port of Spain.
One night, one legend, countless unforgettable songs.
Celebrating King David in his presence and performing some of his many hits include Roger George, KV Charles, Chrison Joseph, Terry Lyons, Adrian Filbert, Irvin Alves, Chuck Gordon.
Special guest Super Bandman, Dane Golston, and the Lydian Singers.
MC Sonny Bling.
Tickets cost $225 and $275. If stocks last, call 491-1802.
Thank you, David.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
TT Bet Arena is your one-stop entry.
Welcome to Antigua Mars. Them people have no behavior, they have no behavior. Welcome to Antigua Mars. Clear out how you know it's danger, how you know it's danger. When it comes to Mars, it was deadly.
With Pandathani Rood, known for powerful and result-oriented love solutions. His effective love spells have helped many reunite with lost partners. If you face family conflict, marriage issues, negativity, or financial stress, his strong mantras bring quick relief. Know what lies ahead in your love life and future through powerful astrology readings. Many lives have changed. Now it's your turn. Contact +1 868 278 0399.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
You will not deny that this is the maddest place on earth. And we go shout from the top of the mountain. This is the greatest place, our great escape. My favorite space, the maddest place on earth. Would you believe me when I tell you? Better you come and take a sample. A little bit is still a lot to handle, but you can find no other example. July, you need to fly right up to the maddest place on earth. Can't tell no lie.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, San Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Astrologer Mohit Ji is known for providing insightful astrology guidance for complex life situations, dealing with love confusion, delayed marriage, partner distancing, or serious relationship breakdowns. His approach focuses on understanding the root cause and guiding you toward the right path. If financial instability or business setbacks are affecting you, his spiritual remedies may support positive change. With psychic reading, horoscope analysis, and palm insights, he offers practical clarity. His services also include protection from negative energies and removal of bad luck. Call at +1 868 334 2796.
All right, so we're back, and we want to go straight to the phone lines. I ain't wasting time, right? I got 18 minutes, and we're going to take your calls in that 18 minutes. I do ask that, I know it's weekend and everything, and everybody want to get in, so, let me do the 5-minute calls now. All right? Let's just keep it within a particular time frame. So 327-7400 is the number to call. I also think it's time, as a country as well, we stop the nonsense of selective outrage. And when I say selective outrage, what I mean is this, right? I was telling somebody over the weekend, this silly matter has been in the news for the last, week and a half. You know what nobody ain't protesting about and nobody ain't making noise about? That little 2-year-old that get killed in Tobago. How come we don't make noise for those things? Why we ain't making noise for the child that get killed, or we on the pavement protesting for the child that get killed in the shooting on the Lady Young, or the next child that get killed in the shooting in Belmont? Nice things to make noise for too, but nobody don't come out and protest for that. Anyway, morning.
Stefan.
Hello.
Morning to morning to Trinidad.
It's one of the 5-minute men, Morning.
Yeah, Stefan. Yeah, I know it's a 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stefan.
Yeah, go ahead.
When we look at the duties of the citizens.
Yes,
Look at the duties of the police.
Mm-hmm.
They don't outweigh each other. They have different functions.
Right.
Just as the judiciary have a function and the police have a function and the PM, the Prime Minister, has a function. Everything is, and the DPP has a function. Everything is independent. or so we would like to hope
Right.
it is independent.
Yeah.
Right? Because right now, the head of the Security Council is who?
The Prime Minister.
Right. You see? So Gary Griffith tell us it some time ago when the Prime Minister give him a list of who and who to lock up, to incarcerate, and he say he is not of that.
All right.
Right? So these people can't give other people orders, right? But they could, as you spoke a little while ago, they could influence.
But we saw that with the last administration. They interfered with a lot of independent organizations. And I'm saying that this administration ought not to go down that road. So
ought not, no administration
should go down that road. They ought to
right.
respect the separation of powers, which they are doing.
But you have to have what you call tact. And when they got rid, if we didn't know they get rid of Alexander, they did. If we didn't know that, but they used tact to do it. And that's how Ulla Christopher was inside there. That was her sole purpose. If nobody don't want to come out and admit that, that was her sole purpose, to push out him. But is where you could prove. You see? So everything comes back down now is a conspiracy this and is a conspiracy that. And everybody used that narrative. It was a conspiracy theory and it's not so and it's not so.
All right.
What are you going to do?
Well, it is what it is. Yeah, man.
But people have a right to come out and to vent the frustration and the feeling, because the officers is what uphold the law. Not the criminal. The criminal don't uphold no law. They just break the law.
Correct.
Right. So in Silots, the police officer who called the people, the policeman tell the gangster who called him 2 days after she dead. Oh, you can remember that.
All right.
So people have the way.
All right, man. Nosin.
Nice man.
All right, cool. Yeah, morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning. What's up? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, we have a situation that matter is I wouldn't say closed matter, but that matter has been dealt with. The independent bodies have spoken and they say what they have to say, and I don't think the executive has any part to play in that to say anything or make any statement. But I'm looking at the protest by the Maxi Taxis Association, who is hell-bent on shutting down the country. Many years ago, Basil Pandey had spoken about decentralization. And we need to look at that seriously, and that will put an end to things like this, that nobody can hold the country to ransom. While that is going on, I heard the president of Twitter jump on the bandwagon and talking about things and try like XYZ and nonsense. He is now venturing into places that he ought not to. But this is who he is, and he feels he has to support whatever comes out in the open. And also the president of the Nurses Association, Edie Stewart, now has come and said now that if they can't protest with them, please they'll go by ministers' houses now to protest. The issue here now is that there is need for an affordable medical insurance which allows every citizen to enter any medical institution and get medical attention via that insurance. And that will put an end to all of these nonsense, and we'll have to fix whatever ills that exist in the country based on the justification of that. And if that doesn't happen, just in this same issue with Cassidy, it's justification of a situation.
All right.
People will have their views and their opinion, but it must be justified. But we need to have a disciplined society that looks to fix things first before they jump to all kind of unnecessary protests and foolishness and nonsensical things. You have a good day, man.
All right, man. Nothing. Another 5 minutes. Morning. Yeah, morning.
Good morning. We had such a good weekend and a good celebration. And I want to say that it is important for the fabric of this country. And, when you have a country so diverse as ours, and you have governments changing as much as we do, it is always good to for the government in power to always not only please who supported them or who seemed to be supporting them, but not just give our posts out on WhatsApp, right? One of the problems I always have with this particular party in government now is that whenever they always seem to take a position that, here, what, you all was quiet all the time, so shut your mouth, hush your mouth, because you didn't say this and you didn't say that and you didn't say the other. That is a position I always say, sadly, is keep this particular party in a position longer than they should have been. And that is not good for the country. When you have a prime minister for over a year, really and truly say, in a situation like this, really put out something or just put out a post and say, well, put out a WhatsApp message. And then it's good to see us celebrating. But when the country is not, when a particular position is taking a kind of nature, it doesn't call for that. And you're right to say that these are the things that really just put people in a position. And sad, it really is a sad position that you have a prime minister at this age that haven't learned that as yet. It's really sad. Thank you.
All right. Well, I wouldn't say that she hasn't learned that, I'm just saying that the position that she could take, I think, is one of how could I put this, boy? It comes back to the lack of communication. I think so. A lot of people have seen me and they've spoken to me about it and they said, Stephen, I'm going on with the communication. I find I didn't communicate and this and the other. And I think it just comes down to a lack of communication with the public. Because there are a lot of things going on. That interview that I aired on Friday with Philip Watts talked every single thing good thing about in sports, But outside of that interview, which we're going to cut up and put up on social media this week, how many people really know? You understand? So it comes down to that. Morning.
Yeah, voice of morning. Yeah. Nevertheless, something. Yeah, people protested is not the problem, but oh God, protest with facts and not feelings.
Yeah.
Because it have a separation. It have a separation of powers. The executive cannot meddle in what the judiciary doing. Not because the former intercept. Not because the former intercept a list means that is correct, and then you come out after another.
Exactly.
And the next thing I realized too is when the first time there was protesting in Tong there when the young girl get locked up. Remember there was saying a chant, "No justice, no peace."
Right.
Right. I was watching a YouTube video from that in 2025. A policeman was on tape beating a black woman in the States, and before he ended up losing the work and thing. But before he get lost the work, the people chanting that same thing in the "No justice, no peace." So if they want to protest in Trinidad, I mean, oh God, come original now. Don't look at YouTube and see something and try it now, man.
Yeah, but what does that mean? What does that mean? No justice, no peace. What does that mean?
And here, them alone know. And I watching an article where the young girl is really a baker, She went to the bakery.
Right. No, I'm saying, who's that? Alyssa Phillip?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that, I remember that 13-year-old girl that threatened the Prime Minister back in between 2010 and 2015, and the PM's response to that was to meet with her. And I'm saying that,
right.
She's in that position where it's never too late. Because if you call me for help to save your life at 2 p.m. and I show up at 2:30, it ain't going to matter that I was half an hour late. What will matter is I save your life. Correct?
True.
Right.
True.
So some things you could never reach too late for. And I'm saying that, I'm looking at the situation. The young lady has a lot of potential. She's very vocal. But she's coming from a position of, to me, maybe not understanding how the system works, how the process works. And I'm saying that I get that impression based on some of the things that are being said. Because, as I laid it out, natural course of justice, separation of powers. And I think once those things are understood, then you get a better understanding of how things run. But we are often left in the dark. A lot of people are left in the dark because they're not going to learn about those things. They don't learn that in school. You ever learn that in school?
True, but what I say, but what I say too is the people who are wrong are getting in ahead. I mean, this old foul, David Abdullah, come now, man.
No, well,
You have people are wrong here who will contaminate. They would contaminate Ayana because I mean, really and truly, she needs somebody around her to give her the facts so that she can.
Well, I think she needs a little guidance. That's all. I don't think she needs
guidance.
Yeah, I don't think she needs to stop what she's doing. I think she could go ahead. She's free to do that. I think that she could continue to be as vocal as she wants to be on all matters that concern the country, not just this one. Like I said, nobody's saying anything about the 2-year-old in Tobago.
True.
That 2-year-old can't get a lawyer, you know. He can't get a lawyer, you know. There's no lawyer for him to get, you know.
What's the funny is the guy was making the threat about the gangs coming together and whatnot. Remember the other fella make a video, the Muslim fella make a video saying he not in that, right?
Yeah, I have the 2 videos, but we don't have time to hear that. I ain't going through all that trailer.
Yeah.
All right.
No problem. Well, we go talk.
Yeah, man. I ain't going through all that trailer. I could have played the 2 videos and still look this and look that, and I ain't going down that road this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hey, Stefan.
Yeah, morning, my dear.
Good morning. Well, I see you celebrated your 10th anniversary in fine style. You see what South is all about? Eh? I find Chef himself was like he was overwhelmed, you know. But that is how people celebrate, and you know, this is how you see the cooperation of everyone in government and so on.
Yeah.
You know, I guess it was, well, I couldn't go there. When you see they're ready to come out and celebrate stuff on, as you said, traffic. Human traffic, much less for vehicle traffic.
All right.
You know? So relative to this protest and so on, you know, I don't know, as the last caller, and you confirm also, if the persons protesting or the leader of the protest, so to speak, think that the evidence could all of a sudden become non-evidential. You know, forensic analysis and all those things, it cannot change, it cannot be altered. While Gaspard has the power to retract a matter, in this case, it is not as easy. I know she's also going around saying that Kaya is her best friend and so on, and she told her certain things. That is hearsay evidence. It is unadmissible in court.
But look, I don't want to go into all of that. I think we should stay away from that. That matter will go to the court as it ought to. There is a process. She will have the opportunity to defend herself.
All right. Okay, well, no problem. Well, you know, yeah, well.
Yeah, no problem. And
all right, thanks.
Yeah, and you know, on the entertainers wanting to join the fight, I said this last week and I'll say it again. Standing up and protesting on the pavement ain't going to get you anywhere. I have been there, done that. Candlelight movement, we did that. Thousands of people came out. We got over 128,000 physical signatures. And what happened? Waste time. If you, from the entertainers, all their money. So, see that all their money, and everybody else, you know what I mean, that is willing. What I said is, instead of standing on the pavement, take a hat and pass it around. Or open a GoFundMe, right? Because put your money there to pay the best lawyer, right? That to me is going to go further than stand up on the pavement with a protesting. Put the money in a GoFundMe account, donate to that, because let me explain you what happens. This is part of the system that has not been explained as well. You go to court. If you lose in the court, you can then go to the Court of Appeal. If you lose in the Court of Appeal, you could go to the Privy Council, which is separate and apart from the courts in Trinidad and Tobago, and seen by me and many as being beyond any sort of corruption or connection that might be perceived in the public domain, right? So, you could go as far up as the Privy Council. And that is the natural chain and course of justice. So, With that said, it takes money to go to court, it takes money to appeal, and it takes money to go to the Privy Council. So, instead of standing on the pavement, chanting no justice, no peace, all the people that would like to support, open a GoFundMe account and let them donate their money there. That money could go towards paying the lawyers in case she had to go straight to the Privy Council, and it's a win-win situation too. Here always a win-win situation. Because if she wins the matter in the first court, and she doesn't have to go to the appeal, and she doesn't have to go to Privy Council, your money is not wasted. Because remember, she has a child for a father who is now deceased. So she's a single mother. So the money now will go towards them, and supporting them is a win-win. Now, to everybody who, all the critics out there, that making sense? Oh God, I done, Solia, you done calling. No, do not again. I don't take one from you. That's why what I do. Start a GoFundMe. Morning.
Yeah, morning, Stefan. Morning.
What going on, brother?
Like, cool. Now, the highest court of the land is the parliament, who makes laws and pass laws and then go to the president as said. Does the commissioner of police have that power to see where you could or could not go to peaceful picket? There's a difference between getting permission and informing him. Informing him of a peaceful protest. You don't have to get permission. You have to inform him 48 hours before. When you have to march, which will interact and interrupt the traffic, you have to get permission.
Correct.
So when the police commissioner sends out a statement telling you you can't go by the parliament or 30 meters or 35 meters by the parliament or by this house and that house, I have a problem with that.
Well,
I don't see he as a person making laws. You don't have that power. Even
he's not a lawmaker.
Emergency, you don't have that power. And that is my point. But he come out and make that statement, and everybody sit down quiet and accept it.
Right.
And the other thing is, if we do constitution reform to fix these things, all these things would be rectified. All these things would be rectified. Once you do constitution reform that do infringe on the rights of the citizens, all these things will be rectified. The police use of force and all this kind of thing will be rectified.
Well, I don't think like that part of the reform, right? I don't think you would need constitutional reform to establish that. But the constitutional reform that we're looking at, right, from a general broad-based standpoint, it would take a significant majority. So you would have to have, out of the 41 seats, it would have to be something like 30-something. You had to have about 30-something seats to really change our constitution.
And if you do public reform, we inform, you have meetings with the public in all the different constituencies, and that is what we want. You ain't feel the politicians will support it. How they could go to the parliament and implement any kind of thing that they want to do and get it passed. But when it comes to constitution reform, it's difficult.
Well,
it can't, and that is my point.
Right.
And everybody complaining, the last regime do this and the last regime do that, but none of them doing anything to stop the next regime that coming from doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
And that is my point. So they are all the same, all of them in the same barrel. And we supporting and we dividing ourselves. We need to unite ourselves. What the young girl doing is excellent. She's speaking out. She's speaking out. And the people in Tobago is the people who are the talk about what happening in Tobago. Because we stand up down here and making noise. Some of we don't even know which part our place is, where they take the little boy. And then they already have a confession from the stepfather saying he do the work.
Right.
So you don't need no protest. The system now have to deal with that. And while we crying and saying nobody making noise about that, Tobago celebrating, them done thing with the carnival coming up just now. Them don't forget that already. All the talk, Fally talk. All the talk, he talk. Them on carnival. And carnival is down in October. So
because remember
they
Fally,
don't deal with that yet.
Remember Fally said on 2 occasions that he was not happy with the way that the police handled that particular investigation. And
yeah, he's been politically correct.
And I thought that would have triggered some sort of, I don't know, some sort of noise or protest or some kind of thing.
When we look at context, as they say, making a statement, but the tiny thing to Tobago autonomy, and if Tobago had their own autonomy, we won't have to wait on the central government. I don't understand I don't understand talking on two sides of him out. Anyway, let me unite ourselves now. Let me unite ourselves and get the thing fixed for once and for all, so that what happened in the past can continue to happen
in the future.
But everybody, when they're in opposition, they had the correct answers. But when they reach the government, they ain't doing nothing. Have a nice day.
All right, no problem. Fair enough. Thanks a lot. All right, I'll squeeze this final one and that's it. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, man.
Stefan, you know I stopped buying shampoo, right? Because my hair drop off. Well, I decided to shave my head and things. But you know, I could have go and spend a set of money and do a hair transplant and have my hair. All this nonsense about constitutional reform, where people will be talking about, you feel that's going to change the behavior of how we operate in this country? People don't understand how low Trinidad has deteriorated, that we so numb to wrongdoings and accepting it that we don't even acknowledge it. I saw on Facebook there where a man came out of his van, lost his wallet, fell down on the ground, went in somewhere and realized that he didn't have his wallet. When he come back now, a guy put the wallet on some way and say, look, this is your wallet? The man say, yeah. Take the wallet. When he opened it, all the money gone. The fella now who handed him the wallet went skate out. The man go on now and get some footage and realize the same person that handed him the wallet take out all his money and put the wallet one side. And you know the comments what you're getting about that scenario? He should be thankful he gave back his wallet. He should give the man praise. This is where we have deteriorated into this country. That wrongdoings, you praise it. Now, you know, if that guy now had given the man the wallet with the money, you know, we'd be giving him an award for doing good. Your normal behavior is only when you come out of a hog pen, then you realize how stink it really is, what's smelling, And people don't realize what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago, And then we want constitutional reform to fix we. We want constitutional reform to do the right thing that you're supposed to be normal doing. Something had to be wrong with these people. And then we have all the answers and every single thing that we could comment about all over the world to fix every problem around the world. Trinidadians have that. But they can't fix their own self and see what they're doing wrong. We didn't even supposed to reach quarter the way Trinidad is into having a police force that had to reach to shoot people and beat up people and any kind of thing like that. Police service supposed to be like a school, a cadet force. Hey, you all you behave on yourself, relax on yourself, play some football, do this, do that in Trinidad and Tobago. But look where we have reached. Killing children, chopping out people's head, and then they got called about constitutional reform. Sit down in your toilet and reform yourself, and then come and talk about constitutional reform. That is the best advice I could give Trinidad and Tobago. Have a good morning, Stefan. Bye. Take care.
All right, man. All right, so we got to go to the break. We have a candidate for the Board of Directors of the Police Credit Union, and her name is Alana Albino Alain, and she will be joining us via Zoom when we come back. Before we go to the break, though, let me just remind you guys of a few things very quickly here. Oh, God. So, if you're considering a lucrative career in massage therapy or cosmetology, then call the Trinidad and Tobago College of Therapeutic Massage and Beauty Culture Limited. They're now enrolling for September 2026. You could WhatsApp them on 4961111. You could learn from experts of 40 years in the field, train for a job in the fastest growing industry in the world, and of course they're registered with the Ministry of Education and the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago for a gate-funded massage diploma. And they're also registered with the National Training Agency to teach a cosmetology level 2 CVQ. You could also call them on 658-3907. So visit their website, www.ttcollegeofmassage.com, for more information. And we also have to remind you about Chef Shiraz, because Chef has several courses taking place. He has the baking and pastry course. No, sorry, the baking and pastry course gone. He has the food costing restaurant and catering workshop coming up in June. That's just a few days away. That's this coming weekend. And then on the 13th of June, he has the International Creative Cuisine. Then there are other courses from the 4th of July to the 10th of August. And you could call and inquire about any one of those courses that you're seeing on the screen there by calling Chef on 3724639 or 7375097. And Seth Weil aboard and the Holistic Health Clinic, of course, powered by nutritional therapy. Stop managing a disease because you have the opportunity to reverse it naturally. And, you know, they specialize in reversing all different types of diseases from cancer to hypertension, drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing, all through nutritional therapy. And you could give him a call right now, 2793935 or 7611952. You could also find out about his book, You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished, and you can pick up those books in all RIK bookstores or Nelson's in Tobago or Amazon. With that, we take the break. When we come back, we will chat with Miss Alana Albino Aline when we return. Stay tuned.
True growth shouldn't make you wait. This month, Real Talk Financing is changing the timeline. Get up to 7% interest on a fixed deposit paid to you upfront. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Real results sooner. Call our Central or South branches today.
I'm every woman, evolving, unstoppable even when I need to recharge. That's why I choose iron that's gentle, fights fatigue, and keeps me strong.
Fine lines, subtle shifts. I support my skin from within to reduce wrinkles.
Hard work takes strength, so I fuel up to stay ready.
Now I'm growing someone new. What I take, she takes too. So I choose what supports her brain from the start.
Wellness looks different for all of us, and I'm not alone. Jameson, trusted by women through every stage and every change.
Astrologer Mohit Ji is known for providing insightful astrology guidance for complex life situations, dealing with love confusion, delayed marriage, partner distancing, or serious relationship breakdowns. His approach focuses on understanding the root cause and guiding you toward the right path. If financial instability or business setbacks are affecting you, his spiritual remedies may support positive change. With psychic reading, horoscope analysis, and palm insights, he offers practical clarity. His services also include protection from negative energies and removal of bad luck. Call at +1 868 334 2796.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career,
Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be.
some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificate in culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
All right, people, so we're back. And as we return, all right, so Alyssa is logged on. Hear me, Alyssa. Oh, God. Alana. I think it's Alyssa, yes? All right, so Alana is locked on. And we're going to bring her in via Zoom. Is she there? All right, bring her in now. Let's say good morning to her. Hi, good morning, Alana. How are you?
Good morning, Stefan. Good morning to your viewers and listeners.
All right, brilliant. I'm fantastic. Hope all is well with you. Now, it's Albino Allen? The pronunciation?
Yes, Albino Allen.
Albino Allen, all right. So, Alana Albino Allen. All right, now, you are a candidate for the board of directors in the upcoming elections at the Police Credit Union, right? Now, well, obviously you're not on the current board, but why are you trying to get in, why you put your hat in the ring here to get onto this board of directors?
Well, I have always believed in service, and as a police officer, I have dedicated my career to serving and supporting others. The credit union has played an important role in the lives of many officers and their family, including myself, where I was actually a recipient of one of their educational grants, and I'm indeed grateful for that. And I believe I can bring, a fresh perspective, strong leadership, and a commitment to ensuring that members' voices are heard.
Okay. Okay, but what would the current, all right, the current board or the current leadership there at the Police Credit Union, what would be some of the shortcomings that you think would, you know, or improvements? What are some of the improvements that you think is needed at the credit union at this point in time that the current board is not facilitating?
Well, actually, I am actually currently campaigning, and while doing so, I have took the opportunity to interview the members to inquire what issues that they have.
Right.
And so far, the number one concern is the medical insurance plan that they currently have. I believe that that plan needs to be revisited in order that the reimbursement will be quicker, the process would be smoother, and the members would be satisfied for that plan.
Okay, so that's the health plan. Now,
yes.
All right. In terms of the membership, right, or the credit union itself, I've always heard, I remember my grandfather, because I used to live by Ontario, and the police credit union, I think, was on Fifth Avenue? Is it Fifth Avenue?
Yes, they are now.
Fifth, right?
Right, so they're now on Eastern Main Road in Barataria.
Oh, it's moved. All right, great. All right, but my point is this. I remember that he was a member of the police credit union, but he wasn't a police, right? So I know that it's one of those credit unions that expands to everybody, and I understand it's also one of the safer credit unions to join. And I remember him saying that from since I was a little boy, and I think, you know, that has also, you know, in all the years that has gone along, the police credit union has always stood firm, and you know, its membership should be assured that it is a safe credit union. So then, you know, I mean, what I'm trying to think, you know, like what are some of the things that you would like to see, you know, if you are elected on the board? Like, what are some of the initiatives that you, besides health, what are some of the other initiatives that you all are looking at for the membership?
Well, I would personally like to have more financial literacy workshops in place for the members, continuous training for the employees at the police credit union so that they can offer better services to the members.
Mm-hmm.
As well as in terms of the online banking, to ensure that program is actually running smoothly so that the members can have easy access to their account and be able to see what exactly is happening.
Okay. What about loans? And you know, that you know, interest rates and things like that?
Well, they do actually have the option currently to apply online to begin the process for loan applications online. So, yes. So actually, that is one good thing that they have currently in force. The police credit union have various amount of loans. They have the personal loan, vehicle loan, educational loans, etc.
All right. I saw that you all were running something the other day with a 4%. I can't remember what it was now, but I remember reading that somewhere. You could recall that? There was some sort of, you all had a little promotion.
Right, so they 4% on the fixed deposit.
Fixed deposits, right. Yeah.
Yes.
So you all were offering like 4% on a fixed deposit. I remember seeing a promotion with that the other day. I was like, 4% on a fixed deposit, that ain't so bad, you know. Because I'm not too sure what the rate is in the bank, but I don't think it's going to be 4%. So I think that 4% was, that 4% was pretty attractive. But in terms of making those type of things a little more attractive for members and that kind of stuff? I mean, what are the plans moving forward? Like just for the future of the organization then?
Right, so it's all about informing the members of exactly what initiatives they have, what new percentage, what new rates, every single thing that the credit union is giving, as well as, we're using social media today to inform our members and the public, to attract new members and to ensure that the current members are in tune with what exactly is taking place in the credit union. So it's just to ensure that this system is updated and it is working efficiently.
Okay, and what is the membership like right now?
The credit union currently have over 20,000, approximately 20,000 members, of which 60% are police officers and 40% are civilians.
Okay, 60%
Yes.
police officers, 40, that's almost 50-50. I have been saying for the longest while, like a lot of people have little issues with the banks, right? Where, I mean, you have money in the bank and you don't, like, apparently don't collect interest on it. Because your money don't grow in the bank at all unless you put it into some type of fund or something like that, right? However, the credit unions, for me, seem to be the better place to go if you want to see your money actually grow. And to me, it grows significantly more than what you have in the bank, right? So in terms of things like that, like, I mean, if you're elected to the board and you're a board member, I mean, what are some of the proposals you could see that, you might be able to put forward so that people see a little more growth with their money through investments and so on and so forth?
Right. So, actually, with respect to that, there is currently a board in effect, and they are doing a fantastic job. So it's just to continue to ensure that they make the most suitable choices in terms of financial investments for the members.
Right.
Right. They are currently investing their finances, and they are, like I said before, they are really doing a fantastic job, and I would be honored to work with that team. So what they have, every year they would select 4 members to sit on the board. So I would be honored to be one of those members to work together with that team to ensure that, yes, they continue to make strong investments in the strong financial investments for the members.
All right. And when is the election?
The election is Saturday, the 6th of June, next week, Saturday. Yes.
All right. That's this Saturday, yeah? That is this coming Saturday, yeah?
That is this coming Saturday, correct.
All right.
All members must be registered in order to vote.
Right. I'm not going to ask.
And for those who are, my apologies. And for those who are voting virtually, must be logged on at least 1 hour before voting begins.
All right, 1 hour before
and
voting
voting usually, yes, 1 hour before voting begins. Voting usually begins between an average of 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., thereabouts.
Okay. All right, brilliant. And just before we wrap up here, of course, best of luck, but if somebody wants to become a member of the credit union, just, what is the process? Just walk on in?
Yes, so you have the option to walk in, you have the option to register online.
Right.
You could check on the website, policecreditunion.com, and you could apply
All
to
right,
become a member.
And the documents that one should walk with? Anything out of the ordinary?
Of course. The documents would include one form of ID,
One form, okay.
job letter,
Right.
and utility bill.
All right, great. That's simple. One form of ID, job letter, utility bill. I could work with that. I might pass in, and I'm no serious. I've been looking to join a credit union because, like I said, the banks, they do nothing for me. So the credit union, I've been looking for a nice, sturdy, stable credit union to join, and the police credit union is at the top of the list. So I'm kind of glad I have you on this morning. But that's simple enough. I think I'll come in and, become a member today. All right? So thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you very much, Stefan, and to your team for having me here, and to all the members of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Credit Union. I humbly ask for your support. I offer integrity, commitment, and a genuine desire to serve.
All right.
Thank
Brilliant.
you very much for having me.
All right. Best of luck. All right.
Thank you very much, Stefan. Do have a wonderful day.
All right. Same to you. So that is Alana Albino Alain. Going up in the elections. So for those of you members of the Police Credit Union, yeah, she's going to be up there June the 6th, up for voting. She's one of the candidates for board of directors. And, well, you can give her, yeah, man, give her a little shout, give her a little play. Yeah? All right. So I'll tell you what, before we go further, I want to remind you about Keolic. There we go. Keolic. So the Keolic range of products are backed by science, over 900 scientific research and clinical trials. They're all made from that aged garlic extract. And, of course, there are several products in the Keolic range, which include the cleanse and digestion, the blood pressure health, the cholesterol health, the total heart health, and the circulation health. They also have the Keo Green Powder drink mix and the probiotics. So you can get any one of those products in that range by visiting a pharmacy or a health store across the country. Or for more info, you could WhatsApp 728-0338. All right? So, with that, we take a break. When we come back, Eid Nights is up next. Don't go anywhere. Be on time. Chris? Be on time, be on time.
True growth shouldn't make you wait. This month, Real Talk Financing is changing the timeline. Get up to 7% interest on a fixed deposit paid to you upfront. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Real results sooner. Call our Central or South branches today.
Welcome to Antigua Mars. Them people have no behavior. Welcome to Antigua Mars. Clear out how you know it's danger. How you know it's danger. When it comes to massive deadly.
Legends need to be celebrated while they can still hear the applause. Trinidad and Tobago. Let's show our appreciation for this Calypso giant in Thank You, David.
Saturday, June 6th at Napa, Port of Spain.
One night, one legend, countless unforgettable songs.
Celebrating King David in his presence and performing some of his many hits include Roger George, KV Charles, Chrison Joseph, Terry Lyons, Adrian Filbert, Irvin Alves, Chuck Gordon.
Special guest Super Bandman, Dane Gulston, and the Lydian Singers.
MC Sonny Bling.
Tickets cost $225 and $275. If stocks last, call 491-1802.
Thank you, David.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Welcome to Antigua Mars. Them people have no behavior. They have no a mass. Clear out, how you know it's danger. How you know it's danger. When it comes to massive or deadly.
We care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715, or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Feeling distance in your relationship or sensing someone interfering between you and your partner? Connect with Pandit Anirudh, known for powerful and result-oriented love solutions. His effective love spells have helped many reunite with lost partners. If you face family conflict, marriage issues, negativity, or financial stress, his strong mantras bring quick relief. Know what lies ahead in your love life and future through powerful astrology readings. Many lives have changed. Now it's your turn. Contact +1 868 278 0399.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Brangwin Navarro, and Brian Thompson, provide consultation services in areas of diabetes detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Chaguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secure parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet Rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
All right, people, so we're back, and we are 19 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock. We got Edenites with us, and we have Dr. Thompson. Dr. Thompson, good morning to you, man.
Hi, morning. How are you?
Yeah, man, I good. Had a good weekend. I'm tired, but nevertheless, I'm here. So what's up? What are we talking about?
Praise God for that, man. But we're just going to piggyback a bit on the on circulation. All right, that's something I just wanted to continue. Well, generally, when you look at circulation, of course, we said it. Perfect health requires perfect circulation. What we also, before I get into the topic, let me just pull up something here I had to share. All right, so for persons, of course, Eden Heights Wellness Center is actually now open to all. Right, as I said, all those who are actually interested in coming in, so persons could bring their loved ones. If persons want to actually come in and take a look at the place, you feel free to do that as well, so that you can actually see exactly where your loved one will be coming in to stay with us. Now, what is done there? Persons will have like meals provided. They will have their nurses. They will basically do all our different treatments, supportive treatments within the clinic at that setting. Some persons can do, let's say, it's like a 3 weeks to a month of treatment. And then also we have the day pass where persons can actually come spend the day with us. I'm actually in one of the room right now, which is one of our IV room, and persons can actually stay within here. They could get their treatments done. The nurse is there with you throughout the whole process, and she'll be able to take care of you. Now, there's a particular number that I'll give for that. Let me just get it here. Right, so this is, of course, the WhatsApp number. And that's strictly for the wellness center, right? So strictly for the wellness center, persons, please only call on that particular number if it is you're looking at the wellness center, right? So you're looking at number 376-6714, 376-6714, right? So that's for the wellness center, 376-6714, right? You can call and get some information from that. Also, we actually have a special for dads as well too. If dads want to get a nice massage, if you want to stay within one of the nice room, right? We have a 3-hour special where you get a full body massage that takes about an hour, and then you can actually rest for about 2 hours, and then of course you get a meal provided at that particular time, right? So dads, feel free to call now, the 376, all right, number. Once you get onto us, 376-6714, you can call that number now, or just send a message. Actually, you can send a message and we'll get right back to you. If you check out our Facebook, you will actually see the price for that particular one, for the massage, inclusive of the meal and of course of the stay at the clinic as well. Right. So talking about circulation, and there are many persons that will have circulation issues. A lot of us actually do have circulation issues, and where especially persons who don't really move around, who sit down all day long. When we look at the blood vessels, most of the time when we're checking blood vessels, we're looking at the veins, we're looking at the arteries, let's say the large arteries. But generally, sometimes we don't even look carefully at the capillary blood flow. And the capillary blood flow is something that you have to pay close attention to. That's where nutrients and oxygen and basically your waste removal also actually takes place within that area. That's why some persons actually complain about the little tingling in the hands, in the feet, the numbness that some persons will actually get. If it is that you have a liver problem, if you have a heart problem, if you have a brain problem, if you have lower back issues as well too, that's where you'll see persons who have capillary issue, all right, taking place. And also there are a lot of persons who have back problems, extreme back pains. When we look at CT scans, or let's say if they do an MRI, sometimes you'll actually see where there's like a buildup of plaque within those arteries. Obviously, if there's a buildup of plaque within those arteries, then you get poor blood flow to the back area. Once you get a poor blood flow to the back area, you increase in pain. So it's not all to do with pinched nerve all the time. It's not all to do with irritation of the nerve. It also has to do a lot with circulation to that area. So any area that actually gets good, proper blood flow, that area is secure. For example, let's say the knee. The cartilage actually have a very poor blood supply. So that's why if you don't move around, if you don't stretch, if you don't get in those exercises that you need to get, like when a person get injury and they don't do physiotherapy to work those muscles, to take care of those ligaments, to strengthen them, automatically they get a lack of blood flow already, all right, because it has a poor blood supply. So that's why we go to using the supportive therapy, like prolozone therapy, for example, because we know that there's a poor blood supply. We will actually put everything that person actually needs for that particular need within there, right? So you have the minerals, the vitamins. You basically have things to reduce the inflammation as well within the injection as well too. So your body's supposed to do that on its own, but because the body's not doing it, of course, what we're doing is kind of fast tracking that for persons to bring blood flow into the area. That's why persons will do either hot and cold therapy, and it also helps them as well. So I'm seeing Dr. Navarro there. I'm not too sure if I use up most of my time already.
Oh, you're 7 minutes
anything,
in, man.
Let me just share that one more time again with persons. Of course, if anybody would like to visit our wellness center, all right, or anybody that's interested to have their loved ones stay with us so that we could take care of them and bring them back to health, you're looking at calling the number, or you can WhatsApp that number, 376-6714, right? So 376-6714. And the number that persons can get onto us at the clinic itself is a 493-9196, right? So 493-9196. You can get onto us at Eden Heights Clinic, right? So Dr. Navarro can come in. We just piggybacking on circulation and then looking at it, how we can help the whole body itself, all right?
All right.
Okay.
Dr. Navarro?
Well, of course, I don't know if he mentioned, because I came in late on the program, but he mentioned the IVs that we do. Of course, ozone helps with that. Circulation, poor circulation, lack of oxygen, and of course, we were talking about last week, the tissue, watching the tissue of the feet when it start to turn dark, hypoxia, lack of oxygen, and this is what the ozone and the hydrogen peroxide, and of course, many of the IVs that we do, because a lot of people have poor circulation, and you see it, you know the thing about it, you see it on the live blood analysis. Very rare do you see somebody with nice wrong cells. Very rare, because of the contamination. The food is contaminated, the water we drinking is contaminated, the air is contaminated, you know. So every day, these toxins are building up in the body, and of course, they coagulate the blood. So you have the rouleau, which is the most common, where the cells look like stack coils. When they pull it up on the screen, you're seeing this rows of cells all stuck together, which is not supposed to be, right? Even with athletes, you would say, but you think that athletes, their cells would be nice and round and separate. But the environment is so toxic that these athletes not even performing at half the performance that they could really be performing at. The levels are lower because of the toxicity of everything that we eat, drink, all the processed foods that interferes with the circulation. You know, so the rouleau is most common. Then you have erythrocyte aggregation. That's where the cells are stuck because of the wrong fats and oils. You know, every day you pass, you see, I mean, I know the people that make a living, but you can't be eating doubles every day. Look at the oils, okay? Look at the oil that they use. They use the cheapest form of oil because I want to, of course, make a little money. So we're not going to use coconut oil. Nobody using coconut oil to make doubles.
Right.
Or they're not going to use avocado oil. It's too expensive. But the point is, when you heat these oils, they become saturated in fats. These fats coagulate and stick these cells together. And then you have the circulation problems starting, affecting all the body. And then, of course, the one that a lot of people don't even know of, and this is why, Stephanie, you see people just, 1 minute they see they're good, and all of a sudden you hear they collapse with a heart attack. No signs at all. No signs at all. And we, just last week alone, we picked up about 5 cases doing blood. This is in Chaguanas of thrombocyte aggregation. I had to it's highlighted on the booklet, and I have to mention to them. I said, the persons, I have to tell them. I said, this is a very serious condition. Thrombocyte can lead to heart attacks and strokes, right?
Right.
Because thrombosis is clotting. Now, if you have any form of damage to the arterial vessels, the endothelial lining of the artery, right? That is a protective layer of the arteries, or calcification of the arteries, and you get a thrombosis. What do you think is going to happen? And the blood can't pass. Whether it's going to the brain, that's a stroke, or whether it's going to the heart, or if you have blockages. You've seen people who come in with chest pains, or they don't even have chest pains, who have done angiograms, and they have 3-4 blockages. They don't get chest pains.
Right.
I asked them, I said, do you all get, no, he said, I just went for a medical check, and I realize that I have 99%, 75%, 85% blockage, triple, the doctor's saying, you need triple bypass. They don't even realize these things. We pick it up with the thrombocyte aggregation. And this is why persons can get a stroke or heart attack and they don't even know why. And even those that come in and they say they have the blockages, we pick it up with the DPA too. The DPA shows the blood flow to the chest, head, abdomen, legs. It shows where the circulation is extremely poor, especially legs. The legs is always a problem, right? Most of the time, blood flow to the chest and head and the abdomen is normal. But from the time you see the legs, always a problem because we live a very sedentary lifestyle. Therefore, the blood flow to the extremities of the legs is always poor. And that's the first thing that people should observe. As I say, when you're in the shower, you're bathing, you look down, you see the change of the change of color of the tissue. The toes, the tip of the toes start to turn dark. The soles of the feet, all around the ankles, all that starts to turn dark as a result of lack of oxygen, or what you call hypoxia. And then the nerves tingle. Some people get tingling, some get the burning. You know, they think it was because I'm standing up whole day, I'm on a job, or, you know, I'm on my feet whole day. That has nothing to do with the circulation problems. It all has to do with what you're putting inside here. And the food itself is creating the circulation problems and poor blood flow. And even to the joints. You know, when people have back pain, we do the injections for them, and it is not that the back can't heal itself, it's because of the type of condition and food that we eat in, that the nutrients cannot get to the site of the injury to heal and knee, and that's why it lingers on for such a long time.
Right.
You know? But when we inject, you put in all the nutrients there, including the ozone, which provides oxygen, and that helps to bring about the healing. And they constantly do it every week. So if you're doing it every week, it will heal. It has to heal with a proper nutritional diet. Because I don't just like to inject into a joint just so. I always tell them, let me change your diet, because the success rate goes from 75% to 94%. That's very high. 94% success rate.
That's excellent.
Eating, and of course you have the treatment, sorry.
Right. So we have about a minute, Dr. Navarro.
Right. So this is the reason why the investigating part of it, a lot of people come in with their reports, but we always do live blood to look at the entire system and see what's happening with the circulation, the immune system, the organs, blood to the organs, the digestive system, all these things. There's always a domino effect. Once it starts in one area, it starts to affect the other area. So blood flow is absolutely important. We have a lot of stuff that we use to improve the circulation, not just the food, because the food today, as you know, is grown. The nutrients in the soil is not like before. You could test it, all right? We don't really grow organic food here as such. They have some people that grow it, but people do not appreciate organic foods because they say, oh, that's more expensive. They prefer to buy the chemically sprayed food because it's cheaper. Now, there are ways to clean it, of course, the way you could get the chemicals out. But the point is, every day, they're eating, they're pumping foods in their body that creates circulation issues and problems. And therefore, it's always good to come and do a check, a blood test, especially with thrombocyte. Thrombocyte, people walking around, they don't even know. And I'll say, they will just collapse. One morning they get an argument, and like one of my friends, he got in an argument with two employees, and he just clasped his chest and collapsed, massive heart attack. Not a single sign. Nothing, zero. No pain, nothing. She showed no signs. His temper went up, blood pressure went up, and he just grabbed his chest. Young fella in his 50s, collapse. You know, because people are walking around with poor circulation, and thrombocyte is something that we always advise them to check. As I said, this is the last point I want to make, and this is a true story for people to realize how serious it is. Young fella come in, he used to get the chest pain. I handed him the diet plan. He said, but I don't eat no plants. And he said, I look like a rabbit to you, and he tossed back the book at me. Right. Young fella in his 40s, early 40s, tossed back the book, walk out the office, and his brother brought him there and say, all right, well, I say, well, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I say, leave it, don't stress. And about 3 months after, I walking through, I was in City Mall, and I saw the brother, and I said, hey, how you going, and everything, and then I asked him, oh, you're the younger brother, he just shake his head. He said, you know, about 2 weeks after, the boy had a massive heart attack and died. Massive heart attack, and this is a true story.
All right.
So people have to be more mindful. Telltale signs, sometimes people looking for telltale signs and there's none. The last sign you see is they cross their chest and they're on the ground, and that's it.
All right. So people can check out Eden Heights, 640-8985, that is 640-8985, or 613-7571, 613-7571. Give them a call today and get more information. Dr. Navarro, thanks a lot, man. And Dr. Thompson, you as well.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right, blessing.
Yeah. So we got to take the final break, people. When we come back, we got a couple of birthdays to deal with. We'll deal with that when we return. Stay tuned.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson provide consultation services in areas of diabetes detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shoguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
By the
Mr. Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
All right, people, so tomorrow we have, I don't know the man's name, We have a member of the Maxi Taxi Association coming in tomorrow. We're going to deal with that bacchanal. I know it all over the papers this morning. I chose not to deal with it today because I deal with it tomorrow as well. So we deal with that tomorrow. Mr. Nightman. Right. So we have Brenton Knights. He's president of the Route 2 Maxi Taxi Association, and he will be joining us tomorrow morning, and we're going to have a discussion on all of the issues facing the Maxi Taxi Association. So look out for that tomorrow morning. And we also have Seth Aboard on as well. Okay, so we'll see how things go tomorrow morning with Brenton. He'll be in for 7 a.m. in the morning. All right, 7 a.m. So we leave some room in the first hour for phone calls on whatever topic drops in our lap, which I think will be the Maxi Taxi Association. I'm actually waiting today to see how it turns out, because that's why I kind of stayed away from it this morning. I want to see what happens today, right? We'll see what happens today, and then tomorrow morning we'll talk about that. We'll have Mr. Brenton Knight on, and then we're going to deal with that. But for the meantime, the guys in the back said that they're going to take this opportunity. They will be working today. So if you're looking for transport, director and editor, they say, yeah, man, they're going straight up the bus road. They're taking the ticket. All you go ahead and break the law. All you go ahead. Says you pay no ticket for all you. And that's it. Neither breaking down. But fellas in the back talking about, boy, we can make some good money today, you know. How much you say for a short drop? $10. The fella said $10 for a short drop today, boy. Oh, God, Lord. Hey, let me get to the Buddhists and go to here. Let me just refresh this. All right, so we got 5 birthdays I am seeing here. I think it's 5. Right? I refreshed, but I ain't seen your own. I ain't the start. I ain't start, but not seen your own. Go ahead now. It now come up. Right, lovely. So happy belated birthday to Antonio Philip, who celebrated his 9th birthday on Indian Arrival Day. So wait now, you gone down and say party with me on your son's birthday? Oh, he was with his mother? All right. So, this is the director's son, by the way. So, he celebrated his 9th birthday on Indian Arrival Day. Daddy and Mommy loves you dearly. Happy belated birthday coming from your entire family. And may God continue to bless you and guide you. All right? Nice man. Yana, director, if anybody try to tell you that I know your child, they lie. Yana, same face, you know. Same face, you know. It's like a mini-me, you know. Well, but then again, he himself is a mini-me. Because, you know, he done short already, though, so... You what? You directed that? Nah, but happy birthday going out to Antonio, man. Enjoy. I hope you enjoy the weekend. All right, enough curry. I don't want to see no curry for a little while. Also, birthday greetings to Angela Ali. All right, Angela, happy birthday greetings coming from your husband, your 4 daughters, your 3 sons-in-law, and your 3 grandchildren. They love you and they hope you have an amazing day. So happy birthday going out to you. Also, happy 39th birthday going out to Sean Govaya from his mom and the rest of the family with lots of love. Wishing you many more to come. Sean, big up yourself, man. Is that a green Bart Simpson? That Bart Simpson? That Bart Simpson? Or wait, is on jersey? I don't know, boy. Yeah. I never see Bart Simpson in green now, boy. Also, wishing happy birthday to Hasina from her loving daughter, Lily, her amazing son-in-law, DJ, her loving granddaughter, Gabby, and her loving grandson, Little Mussy. All right? So, happy birthday, Hasina. All right. Yeah. Mussy man. And finally, wishing, where are we here? Oh, the same thing, same thing. That one is the same thing. Oh, this is it, right, yeah, same thing, yeah. All right, so people, that's it for today. We are out. Tomorrow, like I said, we'll deal with the Max Taxi situation. We'll have the president of the Route 2 Max Taxi Association with us. We're gonna have a deep conversation with him and find out what has caused this disruption. I understand that there are several different issues. I think Citygate is one of them. Bus route passes are an issue. And I'm trying to figure out, you know, what is the Minister of Transport saying? You know, and if they've had any interaction with him at all. But we'll find out all of that tomorrow. Until then, do have a terrific day. We are out. And my work continues 9 to 12. Yeah, I don't stop. All right, we gone.